Hi guys, happy Thursday. So today I have one of my bestest friends ever with me, Tina. And later on in the video we're going to interview her and we're going to ask her questions about bullying and how she was feeling and what was going through her head. So thank you for subscribing and liking my videos. I didn't wear a title at my pageant, but I have one in like 1.5 weeks on the 9th of February. So, we're going to bring out Tina, and she's going to answer your questions.
Hi.
Everybody, this is Tina. She is my best friend. So, we're going to ask her what was going through her head when she was being bullied, and she was actually bullied by one of the same people I was. That kind of made our lives like we couldn't get out of them, and that everything was just so terrible. So, Tina, what was being said to you when you were being bullied?
A lot of things that I was slut and a whore and stuff.
And how did that make you feel?
Pretty sad. I cried almost every night.
And did you cry yourself to sleep?
I did a few times.
Did you ever think about cutting?
I thought about it, but then I thought, no, I couldn't deal with having seen blood and stuff.
And did you ever think about ever hurting yourself or overdosing or anything to commit suicide?
Nothing like that.
Did you ever get thoughts about it?
Not really.
Okay, and when you would see the girls at school who was bullying you, what would go through your head?
Mostly just tried to avoid them.
And when you saw them, were you scared? Were you sad? Were you mad? What was going on?
Kind of mad, kind of sad, and care less about them. Or, I don't know, maybe feel bad.
Did you ever get the urge to want to physically harm them?
No.
Okay, how do you think your parents were feeling when they knew what was going on?
Pretty upset. They told me to ignore them, talk to other people, and try and stay out of their way.
Okay, did you ever meet with a counselor or your school counselor or anything?
No.
No? Were you ever considering it?
No, I don't really like talking to people about it, really.
And do you think that if you could talk to somebody, do you think you would have let go of your problem easier?
Probably.
Now looking back on it, do you think that going to a counselor would have been an easier decision for you?
Yeah, probably.
And what would you have been so scared to tell your counselor about?
I don't like telling people what's going on in my life, mostly other than my parents.
And what are some things that you do so it's easier for you to talk to people, such as me or your mom, or she has an older sister, or your older sister, or your dad? That's kind of hard if you're a girl.
Well, I mean, if I know the person long enough, then it's not so bad telling them.
And what do you think you should have done to prevent being in such bad depression?
I probably could have talked it through with the girl that was making me feel this way, telling her how it made me feel and what was going through my head and stuff.
And honestly, knowing the girl that had bullied both of us, do you think that would have helped much at all?
Possibly. Maybe if I brought it to her mom or one of her parents.
Okay, and do you think that if my viewers are being bullied that they should tell somebody or keep it bottled in?
Probably tell somebody. Someone that you trust.
And Tina, do you want to tell us why you think they should tell somebody that they trust?
Mostly because if you tell one of your friends that thinks they're your friend, then they can tell other people and can just get around.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to have something if I were to tell Tina something, I wouldn't want her to go start it because rumors are this big and then they grow to this big, and it really doesn't help your reputation. And even if that's not you, it doesn't help, you can't get away from it. If it's just at school and you see somebody at the grocery store or McDonald's or wherever you eat, if you see them there, honestly, things get worse because they whisper, they talk, and it's bad. Tina, what is some advice that you can give to my listeners?
Stay strong, try to avoid them, and just be yourself.
And do you think that avoiding them is going to help the situation?
Well, if they start like saying something to you like personally, just say I don't feel like talking and just walk away. Just walk away from them.
But do you think that talking with them could make the situation any better?
Yeah, but I would talk to them with a school counselor.
So in a professional way.
Yes.
And do you think that fist fighting or physically bullying them back or saying things helps?
No. No, that does not help at all. It just like makes the problem worse.
What's your outlook on that?
I think that fighting and like having to do anything with violence, that's like not the right thing to do.
It may seem like the right thing to do, but at the time, you're just feeling angry and upset and you want them to feel your pain. And Tina, would you agree with me on that?
Yes.
Okay. Can you name some people that you can confide in and you can trust that maybe other listeners can?
I definitely trust my mom like 100%. I'm very open with my mom and tell her everything. Definitely trust you and my sister and my father.
Okay, one other thing. She said she definitely trusts me. This girl is like my sister.
We've been friends since kindergarten.
We go back, and we're both 13. We turned 14. She turns 14 on February 15th, and I turned 14 April 9th. So, but then again, you want to make sure that it's somebody that you trust, if it's a friend, because I would never say anything about Tina, and that's just from me, us being like this since kindergarten. I mean, you don't want to just tell somebody you met 2 weeks ago and then have them blow you off. Tina, who else can you trust? At school or in any other setting?
Definitely either the school counselor or a counselor that you see outside of school.
And another thing is, if you're involved in sports and you can really confide in your sports teacher or coach, they can really, really help you out with that because then they know you on a personal level and things are better. Anything else you want to say?
No.
Okay guys, thanks for watching. I'm glad you met Tina.